What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Undiagnosed Baddie, my daily 10-minute podcast when I talk to you about whatever I want to talk about. Now, today, I really don't have much to talk about, but we're going to do it. We're going to do all of the things. So, it is Women's History Month, and I do want to shout out a few women. The first one being, Simone, aka Bees. She granted me the opportunity to grace her GovTechCon stages in 2024 and in 2025. Now, I don't know what's going on with 2026 with the way the world is going on and the war that we're in. But I do want to say that there has been conversation going on about jealousy in friendships. And I just want, she made a post on, of course, it was probably cross posted, but I saw it on TikTok first. And she was talking about the difference between jealousy and inspiration. And I had to give her flowers in the comments. And I said, hey, it's cool. It was great working for you. It wasn't even cool. It was great working for you, but I just want to let you know that I was truly inspired after the 2025 conference simply because one of her favorite artists is Shy Glizzy. And the closing like mixer was Shy Glizzy flying out. She flew Shy Glizzy out to perform for the GovTechCon conference. And just like for anybody in DC that was in the club that particular day, I had a ball. And I said to myself, you know what? You fucking made it when you can fly one of your favorite artists out to you and have them perform for you. Like, you fucking made it. And after that, I said, bitch, get your money up. Get your shit together. Because who would I fly out? Like, who would I want performing in front of me? Baby, and I know, in the next few years, I ain't got no, before she retired, I ain't got no Beyonce money. I gotta pay Beyonce to see with thousands of other people, tens of thousands of other people. But it's just like, who would I fly out? Who would y'all fly out? Like, if, okay, so let's just switch it. If money wasn't a factor and you could fly out your artist, your favorite artist, or artist you just never seen, who would you fly out? Right? Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, I know there's a concert coming up in Atlanta. Oh my goodness, the lineup is amazing. It's like Gucci Man, K Camp, Boosie, Waka Flocka, T.I. It's like all Atlanta artists plus, some other Southern artists mixed in. And I was like, that's a hell of a concert right there. And that's one of the best concert lineups that I've seen put on by a radio station. Getting back to Women's History Month, I just want to say that me being on that stage, that's able to go on my media kit. Me being on that stage, like, I would be nervous beforehand, but once they're like, go, and they count me down, it's like, hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to God. Like, and I was just, I'm meant to be in the media. I'm meant to be in this element, right? And I love what I do. I love the change in my career. I love the direction that it's going. Having my own mic, literally building my stuff. You're probably not gonna, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Hold on. It says the Bella Collective because that's what everything runs like. So I realized that people are very spiteful, right? And one thing you're not going to be able to do, people are so crazy. So, the Bella Collective, me, is this empire. The Bella Collective houses all of this. So when I have separate things going on, it's still all me. It's a collective of me, the things that I'm into, the things, that represent me as a person where I am in my life right now. I do want to say shout out to all the geriatric millennials. That's me, the older ones who I was talking about this how we are not our mothers in a good way. Like I was on a conference call, well, meeting earlier today, and I was able to dress like this. The other person had on a low cut tank as well. They're right behind me in age, right? And I said, I am just glad that we're not khaki capri Hawaiian button up shirt moms. Like this is not this because it's all meeting first. Boom, boom, boom. It was a one-on-one. And then it's like at the end, hey girl, hey. And we had a hey girl, hey. And I was just like, I'm glad that I could, show up like this because I'm capable of doing everything that I need to do, regardless. Now, of course, if there was anybody else on call, we both would have had something totally different on. But you know, it's the Mondays, so we're in the house catching up, emails, all of the things. And shout out to I got hired today. I actually got hired Friday, but today's meeting sealed the deal about which way we're going to go with everything. And with that, Media Dreams of Digital Creators has another client. And I have watched people under me scale because they have niches. And it's fascinating, wonderful. I love it. And the only thing that I can really say is if you're doing something and like you're a consultant, make sure you just have your Google page and make sure people leave your reviews. Make sure the change that you are creating, because I don't often talk about my consulting, right? I talk about how I've been traditionally unemployed for X amount of time, but I don't talk about the consulting that I do to scale creators, social media pages and to get them monetized on different platforms. I don't talk about that. That's like something Now, one of the great things about this particular podcast is that everybody doesn't watch it. Everybody doesn't watch it all day. And they're like, what is she over there yapping about? It doesn't have structure. Where's the structure? And I'm just like, that's the point of Undiagnosed Baddie. There's no structure. Now, we all know in the rest of my life that there is structure, right? Stringent, strict as fuck over here. But shout out to everybody, honestly, seriously, that entrusts me with their vision, their baby, and their wanting to be bigger, be better, be bolder. I think as I am able to witness it, I don't think I will live long enough, like another 150 years. We are witnessing a major, 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 major change in the United States of what we know it today. We are actually in the collapse of it. I don't get political, but I want to talk about the society thing real quick because it is Women's Month and we're going back to women on how our society is beginning to shift to a matriarchal society. Men are holding on, men are grasping, men are clawing to stay at the top, but it's necessary for them to give it up. There's been many conversations going on, and that's coming up on a Convo and Co. actually, where I think it's for the week of April 11th that's gonna drop because all the Convo and Co's are recorded, ready to go, babe. I fell behind one day and I was like, never the fuck again. But where we're talking about how men have been saying, hey, I don't want to be a leader. This is what I want to do. I want to be here. I want to love you. I want to be a gentleman and a provider, but I don't want to lead. You got it, shorty. And I think if more men were honest about that immediately off break, without faking, as the old people say, without faking the funk, it would be a faster rise of matriarchy into our society. The societies and countries and governments that have women presidents, that have women leaders, are doing fucking amazing. They're doing amazing. And men, I don't believe, were ever meant to lead. They took that shit and they took it violently, as they do a lot of different things. But I just want to say, shout out to all the women. Shout out to all the pair, but no, shout out to all the women this month. Shout out to the women that give other women chances in every aspect of life. Shout out to all the women that pull other women up. I love y'all.